Every dolphin in the ocean has its own name, which it responds to when its relatives call it. He receives it as soon as he is born, and it is a characteristic whistle lasting 0.9 seconds. Dolphins not only call each other by their first names, but also introduce themselves when they meet strangers. And to identify a relative by voice, without seeing him, for them a pair of trifles. Dolphins are mammals from the toothed whale family of the cetacean order. There are about 40 species of these animals on the planet, and you can see them anywhere in the oceans. Most dolphins prefer to live in tropical and subtropical latitudes, but there are those who like colder waters, so you can see them near the Arctic, and some species are found both there and there. For example, although the white-faced dolphin lives mainly in the North Atlantic, it can often be seen off the coast of Turkey. Most members of the family, for example, bottlenose dolphins, white-faced dolphins, are marine inhabitants, but there are 4 species that prefer to live in fresh river or lake water. The river dolphin lives in Asia, as well as in the waters of the South American rivers Amazon and Orinoco. Unfortunately, if earlier representatives of this family were often met, now the river dolphin has practically disappeared due to the loss of habitat, environmental pollution, a decrease in the amount of food in small populations, and is listed in the Red Book. Dolphins range in length from 1.5 to 10 meters. The smallest dolphin in the world is Maui, which lives near New Zealand. The length of the female does not exceed 1.7 meters. A white-faced dolphin about 3 meters long is considered a large inhabitant of the deep sea. The largest representative is the killer whale. The length of the males reaches 10 meters. It is worth noting that males are usually 10 to 20 centimeters longer than females, with the exception of killer whale dolphins. Here the difference is about 2 meters. They weigh on average from 150 to 300 kilograms, a killer whale about a ton. The backs of sea dolphins are gray, blue, dark brown, black and even pink, albino colors. The front of the head can be either solid color or white. For example, a white-faced dolphin has a white beak and front part of the forehead. In some species, the mouth is rounded in front, and there is no beak-like mouth. In others small in size, the head ends with an elongated mouth in the form of a flattened beak, and the mouth has such a shape that it seems to people watching them that they are always smiling, and therefore they often have an irresistible desire to swim with dolphins. At the same time, the impression is not spoiled even by a huge number of teeth of the same conical shape. Dolphins have about 200 of them. Due to their elongated body and smooth, elastic skin, these animals almost do not feel the resistance of water during movement. Thanks to this, they are able to move very quickly. The average speed of a dolphin is 40 km/h, dive to a depth of about 100 meters, jump out of the water 9 meters high and 5 meters long. Another unique feature of these marine mammals is that almost all types of dolphins, with the exception of the Amazonian river dolphin and a few other species, see well both underwater and above the surface. They have this ability due to the structure of the retina, one part of which is responsible for the image in water, the other above its surface. Since whales and dolphins are relatives, like all representatives of cetaceans, they are quite capable of staying underwater for a long period. But they still need oxygen, so they constantly float to the surface, showing a blue muzzle and replenishing air reserves through the blowhole, which overlaps underwater. Even during sleep, the animal is 50 centimeters from the surface and, without waking up, floats out every half a minute. Dolphins live in flocks and do not tolerate loneliness very well. Although they do not have a leader, they perform all actions in concert. They hunt together, raise children, have fun, performing jumps of amazing beauty one after another. The dolphin is considered one of the most intelligent mammals on our planet. Its brain weighs 1,700 grams, which is 300 grams more than a human, and the convolutions in the cerebral cortex are also twice as large. This explains their highly developed social consciousness, ability to sympathize, willingness to help sick and wounded relatives, as well as drowning people. Dolphins help quite actively. If one of the members of the flock is injured or barely keeps afloat, they support him near the surface so that he cannot drown and drown. They do the same with respect to a person, helping to get to the coast. Some scientists explain why dolphins do this, taking care of the population, each individual in the flock is valuable and everything must be done to keep it alive. For communication, animals use gestures, turns, jumps, various swimming styles, head, fins, tail, as well as voice. The sounds of dolphins are about 14,000 signals, and everyone has heard about dolphin songs. These unique animals are able to perceive the frequency of oscillations up to 200,000/SEC, while the human ear up to 20,000. They also have 4 times the ability to analyze the sounds of dolphins, separating frequencies from each other. There has been a lot of research recently to find out why dolphins have such abilities. Communication takes place mainly with the help of ultrasound. It is especially convenient for them to use it to transmit sound over great distances. Dolphin songs are not only ultrasound. Dolphin sounds often sound at a medium frequency and are expressed with clicks, squeaks, whistles. Studies have shown that they perceive their speech in hieroglyphic pictures. Dolphin sounds are of 2 types. Sonar or echolocation animals hear the echo of the beating sound and identify it. Whistling or chirping. These sounds of dolphins are used for close communication with relatives, and animals express their emotions. Scientists have counted about 186 different types of whistles, which, as in human speech, contain sounds, syllables, words, phrases, paragraphs, context, and dialect. Nutrition. The dolphin's diet is based on fish, squid, shrimp. Some dolphins in the ocean, in order to catch their favorite prey, are quite capable of diving to a depth of 260 kilometers. Killer whales eat sea mammals and birds. They catch fish in different ways. Sometimes the whole flock of dolphins is looking for her, sometimes in a separate group, or they are sent in search of a scout. If the hunt takes place on the open sea, dolphins surround a large school of fish, knocking them into a heap, and then take turns diving there and feeding. If they fish near the coast, the strategy is somewhat different. A flock of dolphins drives shoals to land, after which the fish is easily caught in shallow water. The ability to reproduce offspring in females appears between the 5th and 12th years of life, in males between the 9th and 13th years. Their pairs are unstable and animals change partners every time. Exactly how long the pregnancy lasts is not exactly established. Presumably this period is from 10 to 18 months. While giving birth, the female is very close to the surface so that, as soon as the baby is born, raise her tail high, giving him the opportunity to take a breath of air before falling into the water. Usually one baby is born about half a meter long, and up to 6 months the mother feeds him with milk and protects him. Newborn cubs usually do not fall asleep in the first month of their life, and do not allow their mothers to sleep, swimming around them and emerging every 30 seconds to the surface, forcing to be constantly on the alert. People and dolphins have a long and complex history. Until recently, animals were actively hunted, which led to the complete and partial extinction of some species. After fishing was banned, the situation became better, but a new trend appeared: to catch these animals for the show, especially since they are very smart and catch everything on the fly, and giving people far from the sea the opportunity to swim with dolphins. It should be noted that the idea is not the best, because if in natural conditions the inhabitants of the sea live from 30 to 50 years, in captivity only 7. Such a quick death is influenced primarily by a too passive lifestyle, even despite the constant training to participate in the show, the extremely limited space and quality of water, the lack of a full set of nutrients and minerals they need. Recently, people and dolphins have learned to interact better. First of all, this applies to humans, since these animals are sociable, friendly, and peaceful. Moreover, communication with these mammals is beneficial to almost everyone, giving the opportunity to listen to dolphin songs, communicate, stroke a blueback, feed fish, swim with dolphins. Psychotherapists and doctors are effectively used to treat such diseases in children as cerebral palsy, early childhood autism, etc.